just ahead. I have come here to destroy you.
Vampire hunters have been waiting 12 long years for a proper mainline return to Dracula's world, and this brand new 2.5D side-scrolling Metroidvania is bringing the franchise back with serious style. Set in late 15th century Paris, the story stars Rose Belmont, daughter of Trevor and Sifa, stepping up to battle demon swarms invading the city streets with the legendary vampire killer whip in hand. Combat feels smooth and fast-paced, restoring 360-degree whip directional control so you can lash out at airborne gargoyles or swing across open rooftop gaps like a gothic action hero. Exploring non-linear Renaissance Paris instead of just a single spooky castle gives the map design an incredible sense of scale, with massive cathedral spires, creepy sewers, and sprawling city districts to unlock as you gain classic abilities. Visual presentation is a total knockout, fusing dark fantasy architectural details with fluid character animations that make every whip crack and spell effect pop off the screen. Sub-weapon combat returns alongside deep gear customization, encouraging players to experiment with different builds to take down brutal multi-stage boss encounters that will test your reflexes. Sound design pulls its weight too, blasting epic organ-heavy synth tracks that get your blood pumping during tough platforming sequences. Hardcore fans who grew up falling in love with Symphony of the Night can finally celebrate because the original king of side-scrolling action has returned to claim its crown.
Systems. The battle ignites in this all-new soccer showdown. As Tsubasa
Soccer games usually try to sell you on realistic grass physics and licensed broadcast cameras, but this series throws all that boring stuff out the window in favor of pure anime chaos. We are talking about kicking a ball so hard that it literally turns into a flaming tiger or rips straight through the net while the goalkeeper flies into orbit. This sequel ramps up the madness by taking the story into the World Youth Tournament, bringing over 100 characters and more national teams to crush. What makes the gameplay so addicting is how it blends arcade sports action with cinematic battle decisions. Every single encounter on the field feels like a dramatic showdown where you have to pick the perfect special move to outsmart your opponent. The new defensive mechanics mean you can actually trigger ridiculous block animations that look like something straight out of a martial arts movie. You do not even need to be a fan of actual soccer to appreciate the sheer hype of sending a bicycle kick past 3 guys at once. It is fast, absurdly stylish, and self-aware enough to embrace the goofy melodrama of its source material. Building up your team, unlocking legendary special shots, and watching the wild cutscenes play out is just plain fun. Grab your controller, blast the energetic soundtrack, and get ready to score goals that defy all known laws of physics.
His name was Noctis, and it is with him you shall endeavor to forge.
Taking a mobile spin-off title and completely rebuilding it from the ground up as a full-scale HD 2D console role-playing game sounds like a risky gamble, but this project pulls it off with absolute style. The story follows a band of heroes bound by fate, exploring a vast world map while summoning visions, phantom echoes of legendary franchise icons like Cloud and Squall, to help turn the tide against a cataclysmic dark force. Combat sticks to classic turn-based roots, while introducing a modern stagger bar system, forcing you to strategically break enemy defenses before unleashing your team's most devastating limit breaks. Beautiful HD 2D art direction elevates the pixel aesthetic with dynamic camera zooms, gorgeous particle effects, and depth of field lighting that makes every Spellslinger showdown look like a cinematic masterpiece. Dungeon exploration feels rewarding and retro, packed with hidden treasure chests, puzzle rooms, and massive optional espers waiting to challenge your tactical party setup. Nostalgic orchestral rearrangements of iconic tunes tie the whole package together, creating an emotional soundtrack that will instantly trigger core gaming memories. Removing gacha microtransactions and mobile daily grind mechanics lets the solid story and strategic battle systems shine without any pesky paywalls getting in the way of your grand adventure. JRPG enthusiasts who crave the perfect blend of 90s console nostalgia and modern graphical polish are gonna fall head over heels for this gorgeous, content-packed, turn-based epic from start to finish. Anyone who played through the first game knows it hit players with one of the most painful cliffhangers in Japanese role-playing game history, and this second chapter comes swinging out of the gate to deliver the ultimate payoff. The story picks up right in the aftermath, throwing Estelle into a massive globe-trotting mission to track down Joshua while uncovering a conspiracy that threatens the entire continent. What makes this entry stand tall among hardcore RPG fans is just how much love went into the world building. Every single named townsperson seems to have their own ongoing mini storyline that updates after every major plot event, making the world feel genuinely alive instead of only a generic backdrop for combat. Speaking of combat, the classic turn-based system refines everything that made the original fun, adding devastating chain crafts and deeper quartz customization so you can build your party into absolute powerhouse units. The boss fights are no joke either, requiring real tactical planning rather than only blindly spamming your strongest attacks. It is a massive emotional journey that constantly rewards you for paying attention to all the small narrative details scattered across its massive script. You will laugh, you will get hit right in the feelings, and you will probably spend way too much time fishing on the side. Sit back with a warm drink, clear your calendar, and get ready for a legendary storytelling masterclass.
Outer heaven. He's taken command of this immense army and is now
Stealth fans have been begging for this one for what feels like a decade, and finally, the second batch of Snake's legendary misadventures is getting pulled out of legacy hardware jail. The star of the show here is easily Metal Gear Solid 4, a game that has been trapped on older consoles forever like some kind of weird time capsule. Getting old Snake back on modern screens to crawl around in microwave corridors and watch 90-minute cutscenes is a massive win for game preservation alone. But it does not stop there, because you also get Peace Walker, which honestly holds up as one of the absolute best stealth sandbox experiences in the entire series with its base building and portable mission structure. They even threw in Ghost Babel as a little bonus, which is wild because almost nobody played that handheld gem back in the day. Playing through these games back to back really reminds you how ridiculous, over the top, and genuinely brilliant this universe can be. You go from micromanaging mother-based soldiers to fighting cyborg ninjas and listening to half-hour lectures about nanomachines like it is standard operating procedure. Sure, the controls might feel a little funky if you're used to modern third-person shooters, but that quirky charm is exactly why everyone fell in love with this franchise in the first place. Grab your cardboard box, mute your phone, and get ready to hide in plain sight all over again. Farming games have been having a massive moment for years now, but this cozy adventure takes the classic farm life setup and injects it with a healthy dose of monster taming. Instead of doing all the heavy lifting yourself, you hatch, raise, and train adorable slime-like creatures called blobs that actually help you manage your land. Need your crops watered or some giant boulders smashed to pieces? There is a blob specially suited for the job, which takes a lot of the tedious daily grind off your shoulders. The core gameplay is super comfy but deceptively deep because you can breed different blob types together to discover unique elemental combinations with wild skills. When you're not taming new pets or growing juicy tomatoes, you can head out to explore mysterious wild areas where your blob squad engages in fun turn-based battles. The colorful art style gives off total nostalgic Saturday morning cartoon vibes that immediately put a big smile on your face. There are friendly townsfolk to chat up, seasonal festivals to crash, and a fully customizable farm layout to design at your own relaxed pace. It scratches that exact same relaxing itch as classic cozy simulators, while giving RPG fans plenty of tactical depth to sink their teeth into. Grab your trusty watering can, gather your blob squad, and prepare to lose 50 hours of your life without even realizing where the weekend went.
Once upon a time,
co-op gaming is at its absolute best when you're either working together like a well-oiled machine or accidentally killing your best friend for a laugh, and this series has perfected that exact chaos. The heroic trio of Amadeus the Wizard, Pontius the Knight, and Zoya the Thief return for another gorgeous puzzle platforming adventure, but this time they are messing around with time-bending mechanics. That means you will be solving environmental brain teasers by freezing moving objects, shifting timelines, and combining character abilities in ways the game probably did not even intend. The real magic happens when you throw up to 4 players into local or online co-op. Suddenly, what should have been a simple bridge puzzle devolves into your wizard spawning heavy wooden boxes on top of your knight's head while your thief misses a grapple hook and tumbles into a pit of spikes. Yet despite all the hilarious team sabotage, overcoming a tricky puzzle room together feels incredibly rewarding. The fantasy environments look like a living fairy tale picture book, packed with glowing magic, lush green forests, and detailed ancient ruins that practically pop off the screen. Combat feels super smooth, the physics are deliciously bouncy, and the clever level design keeps pushing you to think outside the box. Grab a buddy, warm up your vocal cords for shouting, and get ready for one of the most entertaining co-op sessions around. Cozy life simulators have been taking over everybody's gaming schedules for years, but this adorable pixel art adventure brings a fresh, magical spin to the familiar daily routine. You step into the oversized shoes of Ellie, a sassy apprentice witch who gets stranded in a quiet forest village alongside her delightfully snarky talking hat. Instead of just pulling weeds and planting turnip crops all day, your main job involves exploring lush woods, cataloging weird magical creatures, and harvesting bizarre ingredients for potion brewing. Cooking up brews actually feels like a fun little puzzle because you have to carefully roast, crush, and mix components while keeping an eye on your heat levels. The potion effects range from clearing out annoying giant vines blocking forest paths to helping out quirky townsfolk with their ridiculous personal problems. Building up the sleepy village step by step gives you a super satisfying sense of progress, while the laid-back pace lets you hang out, go fishing, and pet every cat in sight. The writing keeps things light and genuinely funny, making Ellie's clumsy journey toward becoming a full-fledged witch feel endlessly charming. Visuals look straight out of a heartwarming Saturday morning cartoon, packed with cozy details and vibrant animations that pull you right into its world. Anyone looking to swap stressful combat for relaxing brew sessions and endless cat snuggles is going to find themselves losing entire weekends here without even noticing the time pass. Saturday morning cartoon nostalgia is hitting absolute peak levels with this full-throated return to Eternia, and it delivers exactly the kind of loud arcade beat-em-up action fans have been craving. Skipping all the moody reboot drama, this brawler throws you right into the colorful chaos as He-Man, Teela, Man-at-Arms, and She-Ra tear through Skeletor's endless hordes. Combat carries a heavy, satisfying crunch where throwing massive broadsword swings, launching screen-clearing magic attacks, and smashing evil minions into dust feels instantly awesome. Each playable hero comes loaded with their own distinct fighting style, so switching between He-Man's brute force strength and Teela's lightning-fast staff combos keeps the 12 action-packed stages feeling fresh. The best way to play is definitely dropping into 2-player local co-op, where you and a buddy can pull off ridiculous tag team maneuvers and juggle boss enemies across the screen like pinballs. Visual design nails the classic retro aesthetic with vibrant backgrounds, beefy character models, and over-the-top special effect animations that look ripped straight from an 80s toy commercial. Dialogue does not take itself too seriously either, peppering the action with cheesy villain monologues and hero catchphrases that will make you grin like a kid again. Players who grew up shouting about having the ultimate power or just love smashing buttons in a classic arcade brawler are going to have an absolute blast tearing through this high-energy, neon-soaked fantasy beatdown from start to finish.
My name is Linus Larsson.
Imagine mixing the surreal, eerie mystery of Twin Peaks with the tense resource management of classic 90s survival horror, and you get a pretty good idea of what makes this creepy side-scroller so compelling. You control private investigator Red Walker as he rolls into a semi-abandoned American town to track down a vanished musician only to find himself trapped in a nightmarish web of dark secrets and terrifying monsters. Instead of letting you sprint around like an unstoppable action hero, the game forces you to deal with tight inventory space, scarce ammo, and nerve-wracking real-time reloads while nightmarish creatures stalk you through fog-covered streets. Metroidvania-style exploration keeps the map feeling deeply interconnected, letting you snap photos of mysterious locked doors or strange codes and attach them directly to your in-game map as visual reminders. What really steals the show is the impressive art direction, combining photo-textured environments with smooth rotoscoped character animations that make every movement feel unnervingly realistic and grounded. Puzzles require actual brain power rather than just fetching keys, demanding that you pay close attention to environmental clues and background signs scattered around the spooky town. Jump scares are kept to a minimum in favor of a constantly mounting sense of dread that never lets you feel safe. Anyone who misses the golden era of fixed camera horror games will feel right at home getting lost in this hauntingly atmospheric detective story.
Okay everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you liked that video, please leave a like and subscribe, and ring the bell if you want to get notified when we release new content. We hope to see you in the next video.